If you want to know how to look expensive without actually spending money, keep watching this video because I'm going to be talking about 11 different ways that you can look elevated and just have that luxurious look going on without actually spending more money. And when I say that you want to look more expensive, I mean you want to look put together and more confident without actually splurging out on designer brands, spending more money than you actually have to. So speaking of confidence, the very first thing that you can do is fix your body language and your posture. So instead of slouching and sitting like this and talking while you're looking down, you want to sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, and look at and make eye contact with the person that you're talking to. Something as small as that really makes you look more confident, makes you look like you know what you're doing. So next time you're in a room full of people older than you at work, for example, you want to look more confident when you're talking to them. So make eye contact and try not to stumble over your words, or don't say like try to avoid doing that. And the other thing is, when you're walking into a room, don't just look down at your phone. We live in a time where all of us, we're just glued onto our phones, but if you're walking into a room or you're walking into an event, don't look down at your phone. If you can, keep your phone in your purse or just out of sight so that you're not tempted to go on it and make it look like you're busier than you are. When you walk into a room, you want to look like you want to be there and you want to look like you belong there. So walk into a room with really good posture, sit up straight, stand tall, and make eye contact and smile. When you smile, you look more positive, and positivity is always so magnetic. When you're talking to someone, you want to smile, you want to listen to them, you want to listen more than you speak. They're saying something and you think that what their work is really cool, or you're feeling inspired, tell them that, because giving genuine compliments actually makes you stand out. So next, let's talk about your outfit. So you want to color coordinate your outfit. Coordinating the colors actually makes you look more polished and more elevated without actually having to spend money on luxury brands. Try to stick to neutral tones or monochrome colors. Avoid the busy prints. I know everyone has their cheetah print, animal print phase. Try to avoid those prints. You can even go online and Google free color analysis to see what colors work best for your skin tone and try to stick to those colors, but obviously here and there you want to experiment and see what else works. Okay, so now let's go on to skincare basics. I know we all love a good Sephora Ulta haul, but you can really avoid spending the money at Sephora and just go to your dermatologist, find out what your skin type is, find out what works for you. If you have acne like myself, I asked my dermatologist what products are working for me, and right now I'm using all drugstore products. You really only need vitamin C, a moisturizer, and sunscreen in your morning routine. And just because your skincare routine is more expensive doesn't mean that it's going to give you clear skin. And if I've learned anything from having acne, it's that consistency matters more than however much you spend on your actual skincare. I have gone through the branded skincare phase, and to be honest, it actually made my skin worse. So if you can, just go to your dermatologist, ask them what works, try Korean skincare. It's not expensive and it definitely does help your skin. Okay, so next up, if you want to look more elevated and elegant and luxurious on a day-to-day basis, try to find a simple everyday makeup routine that works for you. And the challenge here is to use products that you already have. I know that Rhode just launched at Sephora and I was so tempted to buy a new lip gloss, but I already have 3 that I don't even use a lot. So I kind of just talked myself out of that, and I'm learning to just work with the products that I already do have. And I know that overconsumption is such a trend that we see on TikTok and Instagram. Every day, normal people don't have 5 different types of foundations that they circulate between. You also want to remember that makeup does expire, so you don't want to be using expired makeup on your face. So keep it simple, keep it natural. Don't overdo it with the blush, with the lipstick, with the eye makeup. Don't do any crazy colors that make you stand out in a bad way. So I would skip the blue eyeshadow, I would skip the colored eyeliner. Just try to keep it natural and simple where you can. And speaking of makeup, next up is hairstyling. So I've noticed that even if my makeup is not done but my hair is done, I immediately look more elevated, I look more put together. And if anything, I feel like your hair does matter more than your makeup, because even if your makeup isn't done but your hair looks nice, you do look like you put more effort into your appearance. So always have it styled in some way. Don't just walk out with hair fresh from the shower. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't need to be doing a fresh blowout every single day. You can figure out a sleek bun, a quick braid, or if you can get good at doing those overnight blowouts that are trending right now, then you're already set. Then half the work is done for you. You just have to sleep in those overnight curls. Immediately look more put together the next day. I found that using hair oils and treatments really go a long way. It made my hair look a lot shinier and just a lot more radiant. So if your hair is put together, it immediately makes such a big difference. So figure out what works for you and figure out a quick and easy everyday hairstyle, and then also learn how to do your own hair for events so that you always look put together. So speaking of put together, you want to make sure that your clothes are in good condition. Trust me when I say that people notice if you're wearing stain, rip, wrinkle, those type of clothes. So just make sure that whatever you you wear is clean, it's ironed, and it just looks like you put effort into getting dressed that day. Because if you notice it on yourself, chances are somebody else has noticed it too. And the same goes for shoes. So you want to make sure that your footwear is clean. If you really love wearing white sneakers, you want to make sure that they're in good condition. You want to regularly keep up with your footwear. If your shoes are dirty or they're scuffed, it brings down your whole outfit, and people will always notice your shoes. And if you're a girl and you're wearing open-toed heels, make sure that your toes are painted. You want to make sure that your nails are always groomed. So you can even just paint them on your own. So I paint my own nails now. I stopped getting them done just because it's too much. It just takes up too much time, and it's really expensive when you don't have an event, or if you just don't have anything coming up. And it's also just bad for your nails to get them done every single month. It's also just not good to have extensions in all the time. You need to let your natural nails breathe as well. So I find that just painting my nails at home, it's quick, it's easy, I can just do it whenever I want. As long as they look clean and they're painted, or you can even put like a clear coat on top, you immediately just look so much better. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at my hands all day when I'm typing, when I'm doing things, when I'm pointing at things. I talk with my hands a lot, so I feel like my nails just need to be painted, or at least have a clear gloss on top, and it actually just makes you look more confident. You don't want to be that person that's walking around with chipped nail polish or chipped nails or broken nails. So make sure that your nails are always painted, clean, trimmed, and ready to go. And another way to elevate your look is with a signature scent. I feel like one of the best compliments that you can receive is that you smell really good if you are going to hug someone, or if you're standing really close to somebody. And this doesn't need to be expensive. Yes, I do own fragrances that are more high-end. If I'm traveling or I'm just on the go for my 9 to 5, I would use a travel size mini, and those work just as great. You can just touch up on the go, and the trick is to apply it to pressure points, so behind your ears, like right here, and then also on your wrist. So you spray it onto your wrist and then you tap like this. You don't want to rub it, because when you rub it, the scent actually doesn't last as long. So that's a trick that you guys can use. You don't need to buy the $300 full-size perfume to smell good. All you need is to moisturize, put the perfume on top, and you're good to go. And also just make your perfume last longer by putting Vaseline underneath. So put dabs of Vaseline on your wrist and then spray the perfume on top, and it will last longer. Okay, so next up is jewelry. And then when jewelry matches your skin tone, it actually makes you look way more elevated. So even if I'm going to the gym or if I'm going to a workout class, I will always wear earrings, and I will always wear at least one bracelet. And these are the bracelets that I usually wear when I leave my house. They're not that expensive. So these are all gold plated, and the earrings that I'm wearing are actually from Amazon. They were $10. So they're these gold earrings with the stones on them, and it just makes me feel more put together whenever I'm wearing jewelry. So figure out if you're a gold or silver girl. If you have ear piercings and you're not wearing a single earring, you just look like you didn't finish getting ready for the day. So always make sure that you're wearing earrings, and even a pair of simple studs could go a long way. And when you wear earrings, I find that it frames your face, and it does make you look a lot more put together than if you weren't wearing piercings at all and your ears are showing. And the last thing that you can do is make sure that your lips are always hydrated. Always carry around Vaseline, a chapstick, something that makes your lips look moisturized and not cracked. Cracked or dry lips make you look more tired. If you want to look hydrated and healthy and like you take good care of yourself, you want to make sure that your lips are always moisturized. So those are the 11 ways that you can look expensive without actually spending any money. I hope that there were some tips and tricks in here that you can use, and honestly everything that I said is super easy to follow. None of these actually require you to spend money. I find that looking polished is really about the simple everyday habits and routines that you kind of incorporate as you're getting ready. So your posture, your grooming, and your mindset, especially when it comes to confidence. I've noticed that the people who look more confident, more put together, they do come off as looking more expensive. So try some of these this week and let me know how it goes for you. And if you have any more tips and tricks, feel free to leave it in the comments for other people to follow. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.